Download Tarang online radio app from Google Play Store.
It's a proud privilege to be in company of His Excellency Jose Baranano, Honorable Ambassador of Spain. So we had this presentation a short while ago on Yamuna River project, and you brought the example of Barcelona and Bilbao, and you want to see that the Yamuna River, which is the heart and soul of the people of Delhi, get some facelift.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when I came here as ambassador to India, a part of the job in the embassy, I wanted to do a project that had some impact into the to the city. You know? And my background on ambassador for the environment was the decision to say, okay, why don't we do something related to water? Because water is going to be the oil of the future. Water is going to be a very demanded in the world, because there's going to be a very, very limited amount of water, more and more, because population is growing and water is not. So we decided that why not to do something in water, because water in the Delhi River is dead. And we thought that our know-how, our experience in rejuvenating different cities could be applied to the Yamuna River in Delhi. So we partnered the University of Virginia, and we signed a memorandum of understanding with them in order to implement the amazing project that they have developed for 5 years of research of the university. And that's, so to say, our main target in India in this moment. Of course, we are running other businesses, but if we can manage to start this ball rolling, would be fantastic.
Taking a cue from what you said, we are getting rid of businesses, but even more important is survival of humanity, or of people in certainty.
It is. I mean, water is life. Without water, there's no life. There's no jobs. There's no health. There's no youth. So water is essential. So recovering the Yamuna River is not only economically viable, but is, from a health point of view, is essential. From a social point of view, is essential. And I cannot see why. I cannot see the reason why that's not happen soon. Not only in Delhi. Delhi is one example. There are many other cities who are facing similar problems. The moment there is a conflict between humans and nature, nature suffers. But at the end, we are killing ourselves, because if we contaminate the water, if we pollute the food, and we contaminate the air, the ones who are going to suffer these consequences are us. The earth will be here 1,000 years later.
So you also, when making your presentation, you talked a little bit about the solution, how to go about it, and you also bring talking about your country, Barcelona, Bilbao, and other cities, and how those cities were as polluted or somewhat closer to what Yamuna is today. But then the determination of the authorities and the governments there had changed it. That example could be replicated. And you also talked a little bit while making your presentation. Can you elaborate a little bit on that, how to go about?
Well, Spain is also a water-stressed country like India. We are not Germany, or we are not Greenland, where there's plenty of water. So the management of water is different in our country than in those developed countries with a lot of water. We need to manage, we need to recycle, we need to reuse the water. And that's what I've been doing for many, many years. And the experience has been extremely positive. Bilbao, which was an amazing city, what was destroyed, industrial city, is one of the most beautiful cities in Spain, probably the second to visit now. Barcelona is an example, Zaragoza. Many other cities have recovered life, nature. And this experience not only in the techniques or in the way to do it, but in the governance, how to do it, how to put together private sector and public sector. Those things is what we think we can cooperate with India to do it. We are not going to do it here. We can help to do it. But this has to be done by India with the support when needed from foreigners.
It is very important, sir, for such an important concern of survival of humanity or survival of human being. You also brought this exhibition, which is a very good mix about what you said, that we cannot do anything. We can create awareness. Governments have to take the lead and get the people on board. And this is what the idea, I guess. What inspired you to have this exhibition, if I may ask?
Well, the question is now we are trying to create awareness because people do not realize what climate change represents. When people talking about climate change, they say, okay, there are going to be 2 degrees more temperature in 100 years. Well, they don't care what happens in 100 years, and they don't think 2 degrees of temperature means any difference. When you move the temperature from 20 to 40 degrees, what does it mean 42 or 22? So this is not the way to explain to the people that they have to react. The problem is that the water in the world is the same as well. If you heat the temperature, the water stays in the air much more time, like in a sauna. The moment it's hot, the water is there. It doesn't rain, but it's there. But the moment you turn it off, it pours. So the problem is that the water is going to be always the same. But the amount of water is going to be dropping in 3 days instead of 30. So the times without rain are going to be larger and larger. And you cannot live, nobody can live in a place without 15 days of water. And this is what we have to find the solution. This is what has to worry us, because there are a lot of people now in India which are in stress places. Funny to see that there are more mobile phones in India than taps, water taps. So that's something that should change.
So one last question from here: where do you see what is your next step forward?
Well, what the University of Virginia has done, this study, is a methodology, how to tackle a problem from a holistic point of view. If we can do it in Delhi, we can do it anywhere in the world and anywhere in India. So it's not that this is just for Delhi. No, it's the methodology, how to tackle the issue. So we can do it here, and we can do it in Calcutta, we can do it wherever, in any state that have the same problem. I mean, we are not going to do it. We can propose a solution.